What's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new Lego WandaVision video. And today, I've listened to you guys. You provided some fair critique and criticism. And I gotta say, yes, indeed, that is Vision riding on top of White Vision. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest critique that I received for the Lego WandaVision video that I had uploaded a couple of weeks back, which, by the way, thank you guys. We reached over 1,000 likes on that video in less than 24 hours, which was incredible. So if we can go on ahead and match that here today, that would be fantastic. So make sure that you leave a like, share the video. Thank you so very much for your support. But the point that a lot of you guys raised was, hey Blitz, why in the heck are you building WandaVision characters within Lego DC supervillains? It doesn't really help us having those characters in the DC universe. We'd like to go on ahead and see them in the Marvel universe. Well, first of all, obviously Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 Customizer is just simply far worse than that in Lego DC supervillains. But I also felt like because we have Vision in the game, I was like, okay, I don't really know what I could offer beyond that. But a lot of you guys did point out accurately, Scarlet Witch is not in the game. So I was like, you know what? Challenge accepted. And I went ahead and chose 5 characters from WandaVision, spoiler alert, that will go on ahead and be created in the Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 video game. So let's kick things off with White Vision. So we're gonna go on ahead and get started with one of the, I guess at this point, most iconic characters from the actual show. This character was really tough to build within this customizer just because unfortunately the game does not give you the parts and pieces for Vision and give you the option to actually recolor them. So I had to improvise and try to come up with the highlights that we see from the armor in the show. So the kind of silvers and light blues that are included, as well as a little bit of gold on the costume. So I tried to capture that with this particular design. It was not very easy, but I am very happy with how it actually did turn out. I also think that this one particularly looks cool when you're flying. I don't know, for whatever reason, it's the expression on the character's face or the actual like look of the character. When he's flying, he definitely looks a lot like he did in the show. I did also include his laser blast, which was blue in the show. So I did go on ahead and manage to capture that element, which turned out very cool as well. And so next up we have the one and only Agent Jimmy Roo, and this one was very simple. You just basically use the Agent Coulson design for the torso and then a different hairstyle, give him the pistol, and you're pretty much done. Really nothing particularly difficult to that character to build. And so I felt like, because a lot of people were asking about like, hey, which characters could you take from your Lego DC supervillains customs and do a good job within Lego Marvel? Well, as you can see, you can obviously do a pretty great job of recreating Jimmy Roo within this game as well. All right, so this next one is going to be a bit of a controversial one, and that is Agatha Hawkness. Now, I know what you're saying. Blitz, she didn't have a cape. Why'd you give her a cape? Well, she did have this really kind of flashed out sort of robe that was kind of hanging in the wind, and the idea was to try to recreate that look. I know that the costume was also a lot more like dark blue / greenish, but I tried to go on ahead and replicate as close as I could to the design that we see within the show, and in addition to that, the design that we see from like her powers perspective. So incorporating the purple powers which she has in the show. So as you can see, that looks, I mean, that looks pretty great. Like, you look at that right there and it definitely looks very Agatha-esque. So I'm definitely happy with the way that this one turned out still. A lot of really cool looks. So you got the different spells that you can go on ahead and cast, which look wonderful. And I gave her kind of like a phase ability. I wish that you could actually recolor the color of the phasing, because if we could do that and turn that purple, it would look pretty stellar. But all things considered, I'm actually really happy with how this Agatha Hawkness full costume turned out. And obviously, if we have Agatha, we have to include Scarlet Witch as well. So this is my take on the Scarlet Witch costume that we see at the very conclusion of the show. I gave her tons of cool different power-ups. So she's got different energy or magic blasts. Of course, in addition to that, you have, remember when she had expanded the Hex? Boom. So that is a really cool rendition of that particular spell taking place, which I think turned out really neat. Also does have the ability to fly, just like Agatha. And honestly, I think having these two side by side definitely looks really, really cool and gives you the kind of nice little finale matchup between these two witches and them battling it out. Now, I know what you're saying, Blitz. Well, what if I don't want to have the hooded kind of look that we see in the very, very last scene? Well, luckily for you, I also did go on ahead and redesign the same character, but this time with the long hair or without the hood design as well. And I think this one looks really, really cool. Once again, either way, whichever way you would want to go on ahead and display this one, you have the option to do so. And I think that honestly, it's kind of odd to me that Scarlet Witch is not actually in this game. I don't know why she's not. It's somewhat bizarre, but again, at least you can go on ahead and do a pretty decent job of adding your own Scarlet Witch into the game. And so with all that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think of all the designs that we have taken a look at here today. Just a quick little video for you guys here. Let me know if you want to see maybe like a volume 2 for this, where I would go on ahead and try, and I emphasize the word try, to add Photon into the game, just because I think that could be interesting. And at this point, I don't know if we really need to be adding Quicksilver, but you guys let me know if we should do that or not. And of course, if you guys want to also see maybe a take on the Wanda kids, so let me know if you guys want to see that as well. Of course, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. I hope these designs are helpful for you guys to go on ahead and add some cool characters for your games. Let me know what you guys thought of the designs that I came up with. Hit that like button. And of course, guys, if you come up with your own takes on these characters, you can also go on ahead and tag me on Instagram and Twitter, so that we can kind of, I guess, collaborate on these to get even more accurate looks within the game. Have an absolutely fantastic day, guys. Peace out. See you later, alligators.